Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Today, something new from ICM, another classic I suspect. Another variation this time on their Do.217M-1, but a captured one in British hands, used by the Air Ministry for evaluation. So this is kit number 48 scale, of course. Kit number 48276. It says on the side, captured Dornier 217M, seized by the Allies in the spring of 1945 and adopted into RAF service. Air Ministry. Detailed reproduction of the large glazed cockpit, accurate aircraft geometry based on the real Do.217M-1 bomber specifications. Includes RAF markings and 204 parts. And this is going to be quite an interesting one because it's got the most interesting paint job, hasn't it? So on the side, it's got Farnborough, yes, evaluation at Farnborough, where else? Farnborough 1945, check this out. Look at that. Yes, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, other side, got Air Ministry 107 written on the side of it, look. How cool is that? So, let's have a nosy at this then. Now, we have seen the aircraft before, so I probably won't go into too much detail in terms of reviewing every screw. That's probably not going to happen. But, by the way, I noticed they got the hobby company, because the hobby company is now the distributor for ICM. It now has a sticker on the side saying the hobby company. Those are the guys you need to go to if you have any problems with any of your kits from ICM, or indeed from Tamiya, Taleri, and one or two others. He says, I've lots of cut myself. He's got a super sharp knife here. And be careful how I go about it, that's all. Super sharp. Oh, that one's actually coming off. Didn't need to worry about that one. That's one of these bits of tape that's a little bit defective, I think. Because, as I mentioned previously, ICM have agreed there is a bit of an issue with some of their tape. And there it is, there is the issue, it's just lifting off. It's very odd. I mean, previously their tape has been really sticky, but this is just lower tack. It reminds me of that Airfix masking set there was an issue with, which was a bit lower tack as well, wasn't it? It worked on certain things, like the Messerschmitt, I think, but not on the... Going off at a tangent here, but it didn't work on the very tight radius stuff. And I think this is a similar issue, it's an adhesive problem. And having worked in the adhesives industry, self-adhesives, I do know about these things, so... Right, let's have a look then. So, Farnborough special. Captured, sent to Farnborough. Okay, it's a lot of kit actually, it's a lot of kit in here. I think this is retailing about the £65 mark off the top of my head. But I will check that for you, just because I sometimes bandy numbers around. I don't mean to be inaccurate. Why have I got so dirty? Mucky underneath. Let's have a look. What is it? 48276. 48276. 48276. Bear with me just one moment and I'll give you the latest prices. Yeah, 65 I said, didn't I? Yeah, right. About the 65. 65 pound mark. So it says the 217M Bomber was a variant of the Do.217 series, equipped with the Daimler-Benz 603A engines, these slimmer looking engines, yeah? And these produce 1750 horsepower each. So it's a lot, isn't it? Combined with 4-blade propellers, this significantly improved the bomber's flight performance and increased its maximum speed to 557 km. Nearly 380 mile an hour, isn't it? It's quite fast, that. Yes, it's getting on for 400 mile an hour. Though at the cost of slightly reduced range, which is bound to, isn't it, I suppose. The Do.217M-1 served with the Luftwaffe bomber and reconnaissance squadrons until the end of the Second World War. In the spring of 1945, the Allies captured one such bomber in Beldringa in Denmark. The aircraft received RAF markings and flew to Schleswig in September 1945. In October, it was relocated to Farnborough airfield for evaluation in England. where the Air Ministry's research labs are. On October the 18th, it made its first test flight, and on the 4th of November 1945, it participated in a demonstration flight as part of a special squadron of captured Luftwaffe aircraft. It remained in Britain until the mid-1950s. I wonder where it's gone now. Probably in a museum somewhere, I expect, or perhaps in America. So it's got 2 of these 1750 horsepower engines, Daimler-Benz 603A, 4 7.92 machine guns, and 2 13mm machine guns, and up to 4,000 kilograms of bombs. There we go. So we've got this one. Oh, I just lost the cover. That was very clumsy of me. I've lost my piece of paper. So we've got our RAF markings. I am not so sure. Just bear with me one moment. I got it back. Fairly unharmed. I'm just going to say I'm not so sure about these decals, if I'm honest. What do you think? I think that the blue's a bit wishy-washy, and it doesn't really look like. It's got the markings on the back here, and they seem a bit. The blue seems a bit washed out to me. In fact, so does the red, really. Not sure that's quite the right. I think it's maybe a printing issue. They seem a bit light to me. Not sure if my camera is picking this up or if the light is right for it, but just a little bit on the wishy-washy side those are, to be honest. It's got the very the very controversial symbol, which is obviously done in such a way that it's not so controversial, which is included, but I don't see that as being actually one that you'd use, actually, strangely, on this actual scheme. So I'm not sure why that is. So it shows the camo it would have in Luftwaffe service here. So it's black underneath basically, and it's got this like a scatter pattern. This is, I don't remember, this is Denmark, so it's probably a theatre specific camo. And then this is the I think they repainted it basically, probably to make it look different. Really, they wanted it to look completely different and not so German looking. So there's no danger of it getting shot down, I suppose. Especially at the end of the war, when it's still going on. But it's a cracking kit. I mean, as I say, we have seen this in some details. We have seen this in some details already. So the actual kit itself is not different to the version that we've already done a review on. So I'll attach that review below. There is quite a lot of glass work, remember, because it's got this big greenhouse effect on it. So that's something to watch out for. But it's a it's a nice kit. I just have some reservations about the quality of those decals. When I say quality, I'm talking about the printing quality. I'm going to zoom you right in and see if I can just. I don't know if it's going to come out on the camera, same as it's coming out to the human naked eye. But there's some real wishy-washiness in that blue. It's not really doing it for me, that. And you know, it wouldn't be a weathered appearance either. Remember, this would have been freshly painted, so you can't say, "Oh, it's just weather, just don't worry about it," because it would actually be. It would be quite striking, and that was the idea of it, to make sure that people didn't think it was a Nazi bomber flying over the UK. So I'm not sure that we've got quite the quality that was expected there. I think there's a bit of a quality issue on those decals. So I won't go into the full review because I say it would just be repeating myself, and I'll put, or over here, I'll put you the actual the full review that I did recently, and I think I'll give it. I think I gave it 9.75 out of 10 last time. But those decals are probably going to knock it down to 9.25 because they don't quite look right to me there, to be fair. Nothing wrong with the plastic there. Looks absolutely stunning as usual. The beautiful clear parts, all the glass work as usual. Really nicely done. It's a 10 out of 10 kit in terms of plastic, for sure. I think just slightly let down by these decals. I probably need to have a conversation with ICM about decals, because some of them are absolutely fantastic, and then there is still this question mark hanging over them about the situation with whether they're using Edouard or not, which I have asked the question, but I didn't actually get a specific answer on that one, so I might have to just ask them a little bit more about it. It does feel like a tiny weak point in their offering, which is a bit unfortunate, because most of what they're doing is so phenomenal, as I think most of you will agree. I'm not sure that Edouard is the best partner for decals. My personal advice would be to go to Cartograph, but I don't know the commercial side of it. That there's probably, they've got enough problems, haven't they? I don't think we should dwell on it too much, but I think long term they should be genuinely having a look at this and thinking, is this the best partner for us? Because there was another one, wasn't there? Was it the Beaufort and one of the Hamdens, I think, where again they looked like they were the same manufacturer, and they didn't look right, and the print quality was a bit blotchy looking. There's a bit of a pattern there, and then when they have decals which are clearly some of the others I've looked at, was it the Mitchell or the Marauder, I mean, where I think it was their own manufactured decals which they've produced before, and they look absolutely fine, really nice. So I think it's worth them just taking that on board for the future. Not a major complaint at all, but just maybe have a look at that and think, is this the right partner for us, or can they, or is it may not be that, it may just be we need to talk to them about their quality and they need to up it and do a bit more QC checking, because I'm not quite sure that's right. But overall I'm going to give it 9.25. I think it's a lovely scheme, it's very unusual, really attractive offering, and those tail insignias are very handy to put in the stash, wouldn't they, for later, if you need them again later. You probably won't use those, so they're definitely good to have in stock. So 9.25 out of 10 from me. A really nice kit, and thank you very much to ICM for sending it along for us to see. As I say, I'll put over here, I'll put you, or over here, or over here, I'll put you the other two variants actually of the 217 with the Daimler-Benz engine. I think the other one was the BMW engine, wasn't it, if I'm not mistaken. I shall make sure that is over there for you to have a look at if you want to go into more detail. And that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It's very important. Helps the channel a great deal. Giving us a like does too. And a comment helps the algorithm significantly. So please do make a comment. Hopefully a nice one. Anyway, until next time, there'll be some more interesting things coming from ICM, as we've talked about already. We've got all sorts of things. We've got that beautiful Sky Crane stroke Tahi helicopter coming in 72nd scale, and we've also got the gangsters coming. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. That's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll brush up on my gangster films. And until then, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time, and till next time, look after yourself, stay well, stay safe. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.